welcome back to some Mollymauk Coat progress. As you guys remember, I got some curtains from a charity shop, or a thrift store for you Americans, and then I sewed it in to make the shape of the coat so I knew it would fit me. Obviously, usually you're supposed to cut out the panels and then sew things on and then put the whole coat together, but I do things wrong. Welcome to my channel, that's how we do things here. I do things wrong and somehow it ends up okay. So here you go, enjoy some lovely footage of me doing things in completely the wrong order, but screw it, that's how we're doing things here. So now I've been working on the designs of the coat. This is what I started with. I drew one half, which I copied from the original artwork of Molly's coat. Now once again, I am not doing a replica of his original coat, but I am going to be using this side to mark out the sort of design I want to do, like where everything goes. So I'm going to try and get some symmetry in. So like they've got all the lovely lines up and down the side, making that diagonal pattern. That's what I want to use, and where the placements of everything are, it's roughly where I'm going to put things in my design. So it harkens back to Molly, and when you look at it, I want people to be able to see, yes, that's Molly. This was my second draft where I just started shoving things in. I'm going to go with the design I used for my last coat, where I have the flames for Caleb and the water for Ford at the bottom of the coat, harking back to the design at the bottom of the original of Molly's. But I also decided to add new elements, so I'm going to have the hamster unicorns for Jester. I'm going to try those, that's going to be an exciting thing, and a lot of other things as well. At the top, I'm going to change things a little bit. I'm still going to have Percy on the one side with his mask surrounded by smoke, because I just love that, and hell, challenge for embroidery, why not? But on the other side I'm going to do Tealeaf. I'm going to have a piece of her antlers at the top there. So again, harking back to the original artwork where they had the designs at the top and the little lines, that's where I'm going to put Percy and Tealeaf. Now, I'm going to also have different things for Caduceus this time. I'm still going to have the mushrooms, like on the other side, but I've decided to include some spirals as well from his design. And the daggers I've changed as well, they're going to be my tattooed daggers, the ones I got for Vax, because, well, why not? And then the arrows, of course, for Vex on the other side, so the twins will again reflect each other. And then round the other side, I'm going to have buttons for Knot. I think I'm going to carry those through, and I've been practicing my hamster designs as well. That's going to be really interesting to embroider. Alrighty, so this is currently the finished piece. This is roughly how the coat is going to look. Hopefully neater though when I'm doing it. There'll be some experimenting as well while I'm sewing. Obviously some things will fit and some things won't. I've already started doing the water side for Ford. And obviously it's going to come around quite far because this bit is where the sides will be, essentially, just under the arms there. So it comes further around to the back than the original coat did. Now these bits are going to go off all the way around to the front. I'm going to have the daggers, possibly some more embroidery around there as well. I still think I'm going to have Jester's flowers. I like the feathers for Vax and Vex. Mighty Nein and Jenga I'm going to have in there too. And of course tarot cards, potentially. I'm going to see what I feel about those. The little hamsters are going to be hanging off Bo's bow. Now I'm going to put Pike's Serenray symbol in there as well, and I've decided to throw Gilmore in too because he needs more attention, and he was very important to the original story. Now again, going back to the original art, Molly has these ribbon lines at the top covered in runes and little god symbols. Instead, I'm going to do dice, so I'm going to do very basic. I'm not going to colour them in and do all the numbers, but I'm going to have those scattered around. And I've also decided to try and put the text from the song in there as well. I love how messy and also really tied together Molly's coat is, so I wanted to put all those pieces together and have one whole thing with the Critical Role logo right in the middle. On the hood, I'm going to have Grog's tattoos from his head, and I'm going to put How Do You Want to Do This too. I just had a moment of realisation. Whenever I wear this coat at a con now, I'm just going to be so worried about catching stuff. Like, oh my god, don't touch the embroidery! Ah! I felt the same with my last coat. To be fair, I feel the same with every cosplay. Like, my Athari one has so much stuff on it, I'm always just like, don't catch the stuff! But hey, life is for the living, right? If you catch it, repair it. It'll be fine, right? I am in a zen place. It's fine. It'll be chill. It's fine. Otherwise, you'd never wear it. You'd never leave the house, right? You'd never do anything. If you just sat there going, but I might wreck it, well, you're never gonna do anything with it, so what was the point? Yeah, right. I'm zen, I'm cool, chill. Let's do some more embroidery. So here I am doing something actually sensible for this coat for once. I'm marking out the triangle at the bottom of the coat. This is my piece for Ford on the coat, so it's all tentacles and waves, that sort of thing. My inspiration is old Japanese traditional style tattooing, so I'm going to have the waves and tentacles. I'm going to try and do it like this because I think it's a way more interesting aesthetic. And in fact, the whole coat is going to be quite tattoo themed. Now this is the stitch I was using. To show you, I didn't use the hoop, so just don't judge that. That was just my attempt to show you how I did it. As I finished, I did double up the original lines so that they'd stand out more, and then I added on all the extra crusting bits so it's like a proper tattoo. There's my dog standing by. Forever supportive and bemused by what I'm up to. So So back looking at the original art now, Molly obviously has stripes down the bottom. I'm only adding one to my design just to get the feel of it, but I love this hem material I found. Look, it's all gold and shiny, and it's got beads all over it. Just, oh, Molly would love it. Tell me he wouldn't. Go on. And there it is all together. Next up, I'm doing Vex and her arrows. Same as the last coat I did, I'm having arrows and daggers for the twins. This is the Vex arrow I'm doing before I filled it in. There we go. I added blue tips to it so you can see the blue feathers. Most important bit, getting the dog's approval. What do you think? Does he like it? So here we are browsing the Critical Role store for the back of the coat. I've taken this design for the Fletching and Moondrop Travelling Carnival Curiosities that I'm adding to the back of the coat. I'm not doing it exactly the same, I've tweaked the text just a little bit, and if it's a bit wonky, it still looks fine, so I'm going with it. I like the moon, but I decided to just add a little star in the middle and not the big piece of leaf, because I thought, well, I like the star better because it's kind of cute. Here it is, there we go, making progress there. That was when I stopped for the night before I carried on the next day, and I finished off the other side, there we go. On the back of my last coat, I had the sun tree, which was really beautiful and interesting to do, but I wanted something more to do with Molly because I realised other than the coat itself, the actual coat doesn't have too much about him, it's all about his friends, so I decided to add his circus instead to the back, and I really like it. That and, look at that and, I was quite proud of that. To be honest, I'm quite proud of everything I'm doing on this coat because I have never embroidered before, ever. I watched a few videos on roughly how to do it and then just thought, right, screw it, I'm diving in and going with it. That P, I sent a picture of that to my mom and she was quite proud. I did Moondrop backwards because I realised when I was doing fletching that I was rubbing the chalk out with my hand when I was doing it in the wrong direction. So there it is. There's almost the whole thing. I haven't yet done the Travelling Carnival of Curiosities text yet, but that is coming next. But I did want to give you an update on how it's going so far, and it's getting kind of warm, so my progress has been slow, but look at that P! Ah! Sorry, I really like that P. So yeah, there's the whole thing. Now the back piece, I'm going to start with the clouds, and I'm going to have the lightning for Yasha and the music notes for Scanlin. I have actually found the sheet music for Your Turn to Roll, so Scanlin's notes are hopefully going to be in that sort of order. And then, just like the last coat, the Critical Role logo is going to take pride of place on the back, with the circus stuff down below it. Just down here I'm going to cut it so there's going to be a slit for the tail as well. Question is, am I going to get it all finished before I need to order myself some more thread? I reckon I'm going to be ordering some more very soon. Well, there you go guys, that's my update for Molly progress at the moment. I will be posting some more soon. Thank you for joining me. Follow me on everything, TikTok, Instagram, etc, etc. Lots of love, bye!